if I've learned anything this year is that making videos is hard. So I had a goal earlier this year in the beginning of 2022 and where I wanted to work on YouTube, make YouTube videos, put videos out, do all the things. And I did some of that. I put some stuff out there and created things. But I think overall, in general, the year overall, I didn't really accomplish as much as I wanted. And it's been this time right now since it's December as I'm making this, like a time of reflection, and just thinking about like, okay, so if I didn't accomplish the things that I wanted to accomplish this year, what about next year? Like, how am I thinking about what I can do, not in the past, but into the future? And one of the things that came across my mind, so I was just like thinking through this, preparing for it, trying to put things together, is that perfection is really overrated, and perfection is the thing that stops people from doing the things that they want to do. And I feel like I've been running into that a lot. So as I've been preparing for this, I've been thinking a lot about like, oh my goodness, I have to get it perfect, or I have to have the right background, I have to have the right lighting, I have to have the right gear or whatnot, or the right audio, or the set, like all these different things that at the end of the day, or having the right brand. I was watching a previous video, someone made the point of like having the right aesthetic or color palette and like having these things figured out. When in reality, it's like you don't really figure these things out until you actually do the thing. So if you're doing the thing very, very consistently, that's when you start to see these pieces like coming together and all that stuff. I feel like I have experienced that before, of like, if you just do something, even though if you start out and you are really, really bad at it, or you're just, terrible at it, if you take the time, like whether it's 5 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day or 5 hours a day, if you take the time and just keep consistently doing, inherently you will grow in the thing that you do. For example, I carve spoons. I love carving spoons. It's a side thing that I do. I've kind of talked about spoons before. And I started carving spoons in March of 2022. That's one of the other reasons I got really rabbit holed into spoon carving. That's besides the point. But the point is I really got into spoon carving, and then I think in November of this year, no, it's not November, October of this year, I looked at an old spoon that I carved in March, and then I looked at some of the newer stuff that I was carving and working on, and there was a really big drastic difference. And I was just kind of reflecting on it and thinking okay, why was there such a drastic difference? Well, I had literally been carving almost every single day since March to, I guess, November at this point, October, around that time. And it really just dawned on me that just doing it, and if you're really into it and learning all the details and the nuances and all these different things about the craft that you're wanting to do, then you will grow, and then you may not see the immediate effects of it right out of the gate, but maybe 7 months from now, I don't know how to do the math, whatever. 7 months from now, the fruits of your labor will start to bud. Maybe they haven't grown into complete fruits, but they'll definitely start to bud. And I feel like I can take lessons from this spoon carving stuff and apply it to this here of just let's make a video, talk to the camera. And as the more you do it, the more, this is really for me, the more I do it, the more that these other details of style, color palettes, I don't know, aesthetic, vibe, content, whatever you want to call it, will start to come together, figure it out, things like that. So yeah, that's really all this is. A note to myself of hey, if you want to do this, perfection is overrated. Just do it. You have a lot of ideas you want to share, and you got a huge Notion document of it. I should probably go through it. you have a huge Notion document and you should start taking the ideas that you've written down, that you've like written out, planned out, all that stuff, and just do it.